Oh, live, there we are. Just going to share this. I think we are anyway. Hope you're having a fantastic evening, fantastic morning. I'm going to be talking about HIIT and LISS today. HIIT stands for high intensity interval training and LISS stands for low intensity steady state, which is basically the two types of cardio. There's a kind of few, but these are the ones that are most talked about in the industry. And I wanted to, I'm trying to share this before I crack on into it, but it's just not working, which is typical, isn't it? Now we're going to find out what's potentially best for you to lose body fat with. Where am I going to be best placing my time? These are the questions that you're going to be I'm going to be answering today, and it just really doesn't want to show me that I'm live on here. So I will have to just do it without sharing that. Then that's fine. Cool. So yeah, I'm going to put the ticker up at the bottom. There, HIIT or LISS. What is the best cardio for me to lose my menopausal fat, Dean? So firstly, we need to establish what they are, right? We need to establish what HIIT is and what LISS is. And I'll give a breakdown of the pros and cons right at the end. But I think the most important thing of either of those two is that you need to do some exercise regularly. I think everybody knows that, but something you can enjoy, that you can stick to consistently. So as long as you get you a little out of breath and elevate your heart rate, then I don't really care which one you choose. Obviously, there's benefits and cons to both. So high intensity interval training is obviously fast paced. It's normally a period of intense exercise, and then you kind of drop back off. A period of intense exercise, you drop back off. So it works in intervals. Whereas LISS is low intensity, steady state. So it's a lower heart rate, but for a sustained period of time. Now, short on time, I think HIIT wins. All right, if you've got 20 minutes, do some HIIT because you're going to get a better metabolic effect. Now, one of the many reasons why I believe weight training should be the preferred exercise modality of everybody, if they could, is because it's very time efficient. Think about it. I think that obviously many other reasons. It strengthens your skeletal system, it strengthens your muscular system, but it's time efficient. It can get you more results in that given unit of time than doing an hour of a run or an hour of HIIT or an hour of LISS even. So time efficiency obviously comes into play. HIIT wins there. Now, if you're stressed, you're worn down, this is where LISS could make things fantastic for you. If you're stressed, worn down, it's going to help basically bring your resting heart rate down. So a fast or moderate paced fast walk in the countryside recharges you like nothing else. All right. Now, HIIT may have a detrimental effect, right? In this kind of space, LISS has been demonized as muscle wasting and, oh no, it just makes you a skinnier version of yourself. And it's never, that's not the case. That's not the case. Like, if you were to run consistently long distances, marathons, your body is going to adapt to be as efficient as possible. So it's going to be very, very thin. It's going to be very cortisol raising. It's going to be very catabolic. You're going to go very thin because you want to be most efficient and you don't want to be very, very muscular running a marathon. And I think that's what, if I wanted to really become a skinnier version of myself, I would go into very long distance running, right? So for me, I think it depends on what you're after. If it's body fat loss, then both of these work. Like it doesn't for cosmetical health, both of these are going to work. For I hate the word toning, both of these are going to work, right? But it's not about like 30 minutes of LISS equates to this and 30 minutes of HIIT equates to this. You're going to burn more calories on the high intensity interval training, but that isn't the reason we do cardio. The reason we do cardio is for our cardiovascular respiratory system. So if you have that notion that I need to do X, Y, Z of cardio because I want to burn 300 calories because I'm going to have that Mars bar later, then that's the wrong notion. That's the wrong way of thinking. We should be doing cardio because, well, we want to optimize our lungs, we want to optimize our heart, we want to optimize our cardiovascular system. We don't use cardio to lose body fat. All right, we do that through nutrition. And I think that's really important because in my experience, I feel a lot of people add, so the menopausal women will have, it's fantastic weights for menopausal women to prevent osteoporosis, but they'll have their weights and then they'll go, what more can I do? What more can I do? And they'll put in HIIT when they're already a stressed out individual. So physiologically, with LISS being a restorative kind of cardio, they're under the pump, they're stressed, super stressed, and they're adding in this training, they're adding in HIIT, and they're adding in this stressful job along with menopause, which is a hormonal stress. They're coming stuck. So this is where it's really important to talk to your coach and say, hey, I'm doing this, and this. Is LISS going to be more beneficial for me in terms of my health, in terms of my body fat reduction, in terms of my, let's say, menopausal optimization? Because at the end of the day, what works for Janine is not going to work for Sharon. Like, you need to have that customization, and you need to be able to, and you need to be able to modify that week on week, depending on how your heart rate's sitting. We use something called heart rate variability, and it's basically just a really simple marker to determine how stressed or recuperated you are. So I suppose one more thing is, which is very relevant, why do you want to do the cardio? Like, is it because you want to get better at climbing stairs? Because I'm sick of climbing stairs and I'm absolutely knackered, all right? Or is it because you want to play rough and tumble or just run around with the grandchildren, right? And that's going to be a different type of cardio. You know, it's not like LISS has many benefits for your health. HIIT has many benefits of your health. Now, if I had to just list off the pros and cons, right? LISS training is very easy to recover from. It actually enhances your recovery from other sessions. So if you've got sore legs from doing squats, then going for a power walk is going to help with blood flow and nutrient delivery to those damaged muscles, micro teared muscles. And I think it's very tough to overtrain using LISS, using this low intensity steady state, because it's not really a limit. You're only just kind of walking a bit fast, right? Yeah, you might feel a bit fatigued when training them if you're using them consistently, and it will build up, but it's very difficult compared to HIIT. LISS I love because generally it gets you outdoors, right? It's a bike ride. It's a long walk in the countryside. You get fresh air and hopefully some exposure to sunlight, which we've got today in Germany. I think stress relief is the biggest one that I think you should take away from LISS. I think for people that are very time poor, I think LISS is important because it encourages you to take time out of your day to go for a walk, to be with yourself, and to bring down those kind of stress levels, those cortisol levels, and it also helps clear in your head. Now, in terms of the benefits of HIIT, right, you have an increased work capacity. It means your ability to tolerate a high level of intensity for longer periods in training or in playing with the children or grandchildren is better. Essentially, fitness levels are better, right? You have a raised metabolic rate. Now, it's shown to effectively increase EPOC, which is exercise post-oxygen consumption, which it basically means you burn more calories after that session. But I don't read too much into the calories because I don't think it raises it, but I don't think it's in a noticeable effect. I actually think it's negligible. Like, I think it raises it by 7% or something like that. So I appreciate that it raises your metabolic rate, but not in terms of, I get to have an extra Snickers because I did one raised metabolic rate. It's probably in the space of 20 calories or something like that. So it does raise your metabolic rate and it does have that benefit over LISS, but I would say it's mainly because of increased work capacity that you would use HIIT. It's time efficient compared to LISS, right? The benefits in what you can get in half an hour. Like, it's great for people who are busy, but not great for people who are particularly stressed in their work. And the last one is a pretty boring one. It increases your lactate threshold, which means you can it basically allows you to buffer lactate at higher intensities of training. So you can keep going, you can keep pushing through when you get that soreness in a particular muscle or in your lungs, you can actually go longer. So it all depends on what it is that you want from your cardio. Why are you doing cardio? If it's for fat loss, then either of these things are going to work. If it's because you want to play with the grandchildren, then potentially both of these things you can mix up. You could have a couple of LISS sessions, you could have a couple of HIIT. Is it because you want to become a better marathon runner? Then HIIT training is probably not going to be the best. Whereas if you want to do if you want to say, let's say, sculpt your body more that you're doing with weights, and you just want a more feminine figure, then working in a bit of HIIT is only going to be beneficial for you. So I think also speak to your coach. It depends on what it is that you're after in terms of the result as well. And I'm just going to quickly look at the comments. And then I'll let you go. Hey, 5. I hate running. I think it's revolting. Deb, I love running. Hey, Debbie. All right, cool. And Jenny. Hey, Jenny. Hey, 5. Cool. So that's my short one on HIIT and LISS. If you want more clarification on what you think you should be doing, then let me know. I'm happy to have a chat with you. I think that the main difference is that you need to understand why you want to do cardio. Because if you want to do cardio because you want to improve your heart health and you absolutely hate running, then we need to look at another modality, whether it's bike, whether it's rowing, whether it's team sports, and not do something that you're not going to be able to keep up with or you enjoy, because I want you to enjoy it ultimately. Awesome. All right, cool. I'm going to let you go. That was brief, and we're going live every single day at this time. All right, so see you tomorrow.